Let's give them some business on AM 590, 99.7 FM, and everywhere at newsradioklbj.com. All of Elon Musk's X and companies are now living here in Texas.
The space economy over the next many years is going to be a booming industry, and it cements Texas as the space capital of America.
The billionaire is moving his social media company X from San Francisco to Austin. He's also moving the headquarters of SpaceX from California to South Texas. Glenn Hammer, who heads the Texas Association of Business, expects other tech firms to follow.
That's pretty much an iron law when you have a major corporate relocation.
The move away from the Golden State was in response to a new law which prohibits schools from telling parents if their child starts using different pronouns in class. Musk says he warned the governor of California that laws like this would force families and companies to leave. Michael Board, TSN News.
And with a look at your money, here's money reporter Jessica Ettinger.
Wall Street opens this morning after another record-setting day yesterday. The Dow jumped to a record high. It was up more than 700 points for its best performance in more than a year. The S&P 500 index also opens this morning at a new record high.
It shows you that there's not a lot of investors out there that are looking for exits, even though seasonal forces start to get a little bit tougher and, of course, into the fall.
CNBC's Mike Santoli. It's being called a rate cut rally for stocks. Investors are hoping for an interest rate cut from the Fed. Traders see the odds of one by September at 100% now, according to the CME FedWatch tool. Some investors are also seeing that the next president could be ex-President Trump, widely seen as paving the way for more tax breaks for corporations and for the wealthy, and more favorable policies for investors. Gold jumped to a record yesterday, up above $2,460 an ounce on hopes the Fed will cut rates. U.S. crude oil back down to where it was at the end of June, around $80 a barrel. Retail sales better than expected last month. Americans opened their wallets to spend. A dip was expected.
The consumer, the backbone of the U.S. economy, continues to remain on relatively solid footing. There is still a good amount of borrowing and spending power on part of the consumer.
Stifel's Lindsay Piegza on CNBC.
Two of the categories that continue to do very well are the restaurant sector. People are eating out. And then you have, of course, e-commerce continuing to do well. The non-store retailers are still outpacing every other sector in retail.
That's Forrester's Sucharita Kodali on CNBC. Warner Brothers Discovery will cut nearly 1,000 workers. Variety says it's a cost-cutting move and includes jobs in finance and at the Max streaming service.
Where are the discounts, if any, for would-be home buyers this summer?
It's in new construction. Would-be homebuyers shopping for a newly built home last month may have caught a price cut. More of the builders dropped prices in June. But the builders, they're not very optimistic about selling homes right now.
All about mortgage interest rates. The average on the 30-year fixed was in the low 7% range for all of June, but then began dropping in July to now 6.8%, according to Mortgage News Daily. The expectation is that rates will drop further. 31% of builders said they cut home prices in July. That is higher than the 29% that did in June. They're still trying everything to get buyers in the door.
CNBC's Diana Olick. On today's watch list, we get earnings from Johnson & Johnson and United Airlines. It's the second and final day of the Amazon Prime Day sale. And the Mirage closes in Las Vegas after 30 years.
It is 5:54. One congressman is introducing a bill to eliminate income taxes on overtime pay.
The Keep Every Extra Penny, or KEEP Act, is hoping to put money back in the pockets of workers.
We got to get back to the culture of work, rewarding those workers. And I think that'll go a long way into putting a little boost into our economy.
Idaho Congressman Russ Fulcher's bill would eliminate income taxes on overtime pay. It's part of a number of proposals Republicans have been discussing leading up to the RNC. Former President Trump has floated the idea of eliminating taxes on tips, while some Republicans have said if the GOP takes over the House, Senate, and White House, they'll propose the Super Bowl of tax packages. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
Stay close. We got the big story straight ahead, along with traffic in your forecast. And you can join us, too, at 512-836-0590.
The Todd and Oz Show.